All right. So the next topic that we've got is Washington trading Ish Smith and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to Denver for Monte Morris and Will Barton. I think this is an interesting one, and I think one side got a better deal than the other. But Alex, I'll let you go first. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, no, Denver's tripping right now. Monte Morris was ultimately their most dominant ball handler, other than Jokic, I guess you could say, when Jamal Murray was out all year, and he didn't do a horrible job. I mean, he got the job done. You don't expect a whole bunch from him, but he did what was supposed to. And then Will Barton, I mean, TJ, didn't you say he's like the all-time like leading like 3-point shooter in Denver history or something like
Nuggets
that?
franchise history, he is.
Yeah, like
Most threes
like
made, I would say. Not
I
like
mean KCP's a little pretty much past his prime. I guess he could still contribute at least somewhat as a shooter or whatever. But Ish Smith, I mean, he doesn't really get a lot of tick as it is anyway. I don't see what Denver is doing here. Obviously a no brainer for Washington, but Denver, I really don't see what they're doing here.
Yeah,
um
Trent, it's you've got the floor. So
I've thought about this trade a little bit. Um I actually don't think it's as bad. I think it's kind of an even trade, and here's why. Ish Smith is not going to play on the Nuggets because Jamal Murray is going to be healthy. And Bones Highland exceeded all expectations last year. That dude is a bucket. He is good.
I
And
agree.
Okay.
so losing Monte Morris doesn't hurt as bad as I originally thought it did, because obviously Jamal Murray is amazing, and you got, like I said, Bones Highland was exceptional. Now that he's going to be come off the bench more often, like that team is going to be good. And KCP had a career year last year. It flew under the radar because the Wizards were the Wizards. He shot like a career high from three. He averaged north of 15 points a game, and he's a better defender than Will Barton is. And I think I've always been high on KCP coming to the league. I don't know why. I've been a big fan of him since he was in Detroit and had an ankle monitor on his ankle. Um,
Yeah, that's where an ankle monitor goes.
yeah. But I like I said, I don't think this is that bad of a move. Um, like I said, Ish Smith probably won't get a lot of tick if at all. He might just be their little veteran presence if in case Bones or Jamal gets hurt or something. Um, like I said, I don't like Monte Morris will provide a good. I Monte Morris will be decent for the Wizards. I think he's going to start for them because they don't really have a point guard anymore. Um, and I
Unless they want
think
to start Johnny Davis right away, but I don't think they'll do that.
yeah, but
Johnny
either
Davis is more of a two guard than he is a one guard.
Johnny Davis will play the one because if Beal decides to stay, which I think he's leaning towards staying. But like I said, I don't think it's a bad trade at all for both sides. Really, like Monte Morris is a reliable scorer and he can play make if he has to. And then you got Will Barton, who will probably be their starting three, which they needed more shooters around their team. Um, just simply because it's such an asset to have 3-point shooters in today's game. So, I think plus if Rui comes back healthy, Hachimura, he'll
And
be
Thomas Bryan as
and
well.
and Kristaps Porzingis, like they
Yes.
have they have decent talent. So I think, like I said, I think KCP will be an impact player right away for the Nuggets, and I don't think losing Monte Morris hurts as bad because of the fact that Bones Highland developed and just decided to be pretty good. So I don't think it was as bad as I initially thought it was. Like I still think it's pretty even.
Yeah, and my opinion on the subject is I still don't like as much of like I agree with you that it's not horrible. I still like it much more for Washington than I do for Denver. And because Washington gets what they need in a Monte Morris and a Will Barton, because those guys are going to contribute. And like you said, Ish Smith really isn't going to come in and do much. But I do understand that KCP is going to fill out a role for that Nuggets team that they needed. But I just he's old and Ish Smith isn't going to play. So I think that the Nuggets lose that trade for sure, but only time will tell. I mean, I guess Ish Smith could shut me up and start dropping 40, but
ACP is 29 years old.
he looks like a 45-year-old man.
That would be his hairline. Will
Yeah.
Barton is 31. So
On paper, it looks horrible for Denver.
it is.
On
It
paper,
is.
if you just look at it straight up and you're just like, wow.
I can
But then
almost
I guess if
promise
you
you.
break it down,
I can almost promise you Denver will end up winning this trade based on the fact that they're going to have a better record than Washington because you got two-time MVP Jokic, MPJ should be back, Jamal Murray should be back.
Oh, and they drafted Christian Braun out of Kansas too.
Yeah, bro. I mean, he's not going to play, or at least
Not
right
very
away.
much.
They have too many guards and too many good guards and wings for him to come in and make an impact right away. But like I said, with Bones Highland being as good as he was, Jamal Murray coming back, Ish Smith will get no play at all if they don't cut him. And it really didn't hurt either side. They both filled out a need that they needed, and for Denver is important because I think KCP is a little bit of a better shooter consistency wise than Will Barton.
I agree.
So with Jokic always having the ball like more often than not, when people collapse on him in the paint, he can kick it out to almost anyone in his lineup now. I mean,
yeah,
I think
nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
All right, so that is the end of that clip. But stay tuned because we've got so much more coming in the next few days, and watch out for all that because it's already getting crazy. And Thursday, which that's the day that these clips will be posted, is going to be an even crazier day. So Trent, Alex, and I, or a combination of two of us at each time, or all three of us, are going to be on here all day, and we're going to be keeping up with you guys, and we're going to make sure everything is updated, and we're going to provide our opinions throughout the day. It's going to get crazy, and I'm all here for it. So thank you guys for listening in. We always appreciate it.